So this video is going to be about the four phases of learning that I didn't notice until recently when I came across a concept from a favorite public speaker of mine, which I find myself going back to every now and then when I get that burst of wanting to learn how to communicate to the masses or speak on the camera or just be good at communication. So Win Jiang, if I'm not pronouncing that wrong. So the concept is that whenever we're learning something new, we go through these four phases. And what are these phases? Number one is unconscious incompetence. Then the second one is conscious incompetence. The third one is conscious competence, and the fourth one is unconscious competence. So, what are these four steps? Every time that I've learned any new skill, be it at the very start of my career, uh, be it designing, brand designing, be it something more technical like web development, or uh, or maybe the most recent technical skill that I've learned, that is how to make AI bots, AI solutions, AI automations, or how to train models, stuff like that. So what happens is that when when we are starting to learn, we want to learn something new. The first phase we go through is unconscious incompetence. Basically, what it means, I don't know what I don't know. If I want to learn how to design brands, I don't know what goes into designing them, what I need to learn, what I need to, what I lack in knowledge, what I lack in technique, what I lack in that skill. So that is unconscious incompetence. The second phase that comes there is conscious uh, incompetence. What that means is, for example, when I was designing, uh, when I started playing with those flashy design softwares like Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator or anything like that. So what happened was, I didn't even know that you can make money with design. I didn't know the designer of graphic designer was a career. So this was stuff that people get paid for, and I could get paid for that. And when I knew that, I decided to pursue that. So what happened was that I came across these concepts that I didn't even know. Like, what do you mean colors have meaning? What do you mean that the contrast, the effect a contrast has on a design? And before that, I didn't even uh, uh, notice how brands around me were, how I was interacting with the brands around me. The famous brands like KFC, maybe the stuff, random brands like I have an Acer monitor. I had heard of Acer, but I didn't know what goes on in that brand. Or if I get a more mainstream brand, I would say Apple or Samsung. So I didn't know what goes on behind the visual language of each brand. So at that point, I knew what I didn't know. I needed to learn the visual language of design. I needed to learn how shapes work, which shape signifies what, symbolizes what color symbolizes what meaning, or the story behind color, the balance, the contrast, the symmetry, everything like that. This is a whole new world which I needed to learn about. This was the second phase. Now comes the third phase, which is conscious competence. Once I knew what I needed to learn, and I decided to learn that. I learned that. I gave effort, I gave my time, I failed again and again, and I learned those things. What happened was that now I knew stuff, and I knew what I know. I know what I know. So what happened was I was good at design. I looked at a design and I knew that the contrast is not good. I knew that it, this could be better. The symmetry could be better, or maybe this typography is in the wrong place, or maybe this type of font doesn't go there. This type of font doesn't go with the brand. This is off brand. This is on brand, and stuff like that. Even in different stuff, like if I talk about AI automations, I needed to learn about tools. Like I needed to learn the automation tools like Init and Make, or I'm recent. More recently, I've been working on call agents mainly, and I needed to learn about the tools that create call agents like WebP. There's different stuff. We need to buy numbers. I hadn't bought a voice over IP number in my life, but I knew that I needed to buy that to make my agent, to deploy my agent, and so that people could actually call that agent. So I needed to learn those things. Now I knew what I knew. So this is the third step, conscious competence. And the fourth step after that is unconscious competence. Basically what that means is now it is you are instinctive about it. You know stuff the very second it comes before you. Like the best example I can give for this is when you learn to drive. When you pass that threshold, what happens is if you've been driving for a few months or even years, now you don't even think about driving. You're listening to songs, you're talking to your friends, you're doing anything. You just you're zoned out, but you're actually driving, but you're not thinking about it. What that means is you are unconsciously competent at driving. So that's the fourth step. And now, why am I making this video? So basically, I've been struggling with learning to create content. I create content for other brands. I can make strategies. I can think about the content pillars. I can think about uh, the tonality of a brand, how a brand can be perceived through on the internet. But when it comes to my own content creation, I always struggle with talking to the camera. And I and the content creation scene is not all new to me. I had created content a long time ago, and it was mainly on Twitter. So I just had to type out stuff, what I thought about things, how I thought about things, and share my work or anything like that. So at that time, I didn't have to create videos, or I chose not to create videos because it's hard for me. So life went on me without creating videos or anything. So what happens is that few days ago I realized that I'm doing so much work. I've been designing stuff. I've been creating AI agents. I've been creating call agents. I've been creating AI photography for brands. I've been handling some. I've been doing marketing for brands, different brands, fashion brands, personal brands, stuff like that. But I'm not making my own content. I'm not putting myself out there. So that was my bottleneck. So what I realized is that when it comes to talking to the camera, when it comes to creating video content, I'm actually at phase 2. I know what I lack in this skill, what I need to learn. So there are different stuff that I need to learn. uh, there's stuff like actually talking to the camera, being articulate, being careful with my words, being systematic with being giving structured speech, stuff like that. I needed to learn that. And other than that, if I'm going to create a very polished content, not like this is me just journaling about it. So this is not a tutorial. This is me trying to figure out what's keeping me stuck in this phase 2, and how do I move forward from this, and how does this video help me do that. uh, okay. So I what I realized was I needed to create content for myself. Now suddenly, now this became too real for me. Now what happened was I started giving myself excuses that, oh, I don't look so good, or maybe my hair is bad, or I don't sound so good. May it may all be it all may be true, but it doesn't matter. What I concluded, thinking about it, structuring my thoughts, what I realized was the most of the stuff that is holding me back does not matter. So what I decided was that I'm actually going to record myself talking about this, and I'm just going to post it. This has loads of transformative uh, benefits for me. I get to practice my speaking. I get to practice talking on camera. I get to speak about the things I care about. I get to document my growth, my journey, my development. So these things really uh, pushed me to create this video finally. So normally, how I journal about things is that I may write about stuff, and what I do is I just spam questions about that concept that I'm journaling about. So if I was journaling about this, the 4 phases of learning, I actually went down and started spamming questions like, uh, where exactly am I in this skill right now? What do I know that I didn't know before? What separates someone good at content from where I am? So these are the questions that I needed to answer uh, to be better myself at this. So where exactly am I in this skill right now? So why I identified myself as being in the second phase in this journey is that uh, I know what I need to work on. I need to work on speaking better. I need to work on uh, talking to the camera without any person. I need to work on my articulation, the way I speak, the way I appear, all of those things. I knew what I needed to do. So I need to actually post, which was uh, a trap that I keep falling into is that over the years that I decide that I need to create content, and what I end up doing is that keep thinking about it, and at the end of the day, I just uh, uh, make excuses and run away from creating content. So that does not work. So what do I now know that I didn't know before? Okay, so what I know now that is that uh, I'm not going to magically just start making content. There's this prerequisite that I need to complete. that I need to actually post content to get better at it. Like in the gym, you just don't go and bench 200 kilos. You work your way up there. So for me, I think I can't expect myself to be good at creating content if I haven't made bad content. So that's about it. What separates someone good at content from where I am? So I thought about a lot, this a lot. There's a lot of flashy stuff out there, and I can do that, right? I have the equipment, I have this high quality mic, I have this light, I have these that I am hiding, I have this, but I have the best editing software, I have everything, uh, but it's not that stuff that makes someone good or bad. It's you having you you being good at something that people value. Like what I realized was that uh, I am a valuable person. I have experienced a lot of things. So I was talking about the questions I wrote about myself for myself that I needed to answer in this video. So there are I categorize these questions into different categories. So the first category is being brutally honest, removing the ego. So the first question that I needed to answer was that what I actually tell myself that I'm bad at. So creating content is uh, an ugly frog for me. So that I needed to eat. So naturally, if you want to avoid something, you want to avoid something, you find excuses to not do that. So what did I tell myself that why was creating content not for me? So there's a lot of stuff that comes to my mind when I thought about creating content. Uh, for starters, there was that I don't have enough time. Like I am handling all of these things. Uh, take, uh, I am running an agency. Uh, I have my studies. I have family. I have this. I have that. I have friends. Whatever it may be, I have these things that I can take time away from them to create content. So that was one thing that I thought I'm actually bad at. Okay, so I don't have enough time. And then comes the second part that, yeah, Tahir, I'm actually bad at it. Like, this is just not for me. Now, I grew up as a shy, skinny kid who didn't look good, who didn't sound good, who was nothing to be proud of, who had nothing to be proud of. So, so all of these insecurities started nagging at me like, Tahir, you don't look good. Tahir, you sound awful. Tahir, don't do this. Tahir, they're going to make fun of you. And the thing is, these are legitimate fears that everyone faces, that I faced, that I still face. That this video is my way of uh, uh, my way of this video is actually my way of getting better, so much better at it that it doesn't matter. But these are legitimate fears that I had, that I'm not going to look good, I may blunder. I'm now noticing that how much I am stuttering, how many filler words that are in when I try to speak. I keep forgetting words. Tahir, you can't You can't formulate a single sentence on camera. How are you going to do that? So all this stuff started coming to my mind. Tahir, you don't have uh, any place to record content. Meanwhile, I have this huge office of my own that I can record in. But the resistance keeps you blind, like keeps you blind for keeps you in the dark from the things you actually have, the things you actually need to be grateful for. And among these things, it was stuff like Tahir, uh, you have to edit every video. Tahir, you have to uh, like the kind of person I am. I want to do everything perfectly. The perfectionist inside me wants to do stuff like exactly the way I think about it. I did not imagine myself creating content like this, just sitting down and talking to the camera. This is what I needed to do to reach that level where I can publish more polished content. Uh, but for that to happen, I needed to uh, get better at it, and this is my way of doing it. So, what else was there? Oh, Tahir, if your friend's going to find out that you're posting content, they might make fun of you. By the way, I have great friends. They support me. Even like a couple of my friends started pushing me on this. Tahir, you have to create content today. Tahir, you have to. You're talking about creating content, but you're not making. They told me the truth that Tahir, uh, you're just bullshitting. You don't want to create content. If you did want to create content, you would be doing it by now. So I am thankful for those friends, and I appreciate them. I appreciate the support. What I'm talking about, the generally my acquaintances that I don't know, or they don't know me that well. I was thinking about those people that they might make fun of me. Tahir, what you're doing? I see what you're doing. I see what you're posting, and that fear of judgment also held me back. Other than that, there was generally the biggest uh, fear that I have was the fear of judgment. Basically, because uh, I thought that I am bad at most of the things, like mainly how I look, how I sound, how uh, I I come forward as, what people will think about me. So that kind of stuff held me back, and it may not hold me back for other things, but for putting myself out there like this, it did. And for that, uh, I needed to get better at it. And what am I actually bad at? So this is the stuff that I told myself that I'm bad at. Is there some truth to it? No, now to be honest, I am. Most of it is very real and maybe true, but the thing is that I still need to do it. It doesn't matter if I look like an ogre, if I sound like some, I don't know, uh what about if I don't sound like Morgan Freeman or anything. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to, but uh stuff like that. I am bad at those things, but I think in the end what matters is that uh, I'm bad at not giving a fuck. Like, this is all I needed to do. Just don't give a fuck what people think. Just post it, god damn it. So I think this is one thing that I needed to get good at, and I think this is going to help. So is being bad at this even a problem or just part of the process? Yeah, exactly. This is the next question I listed. Is being bad at those things is even important? Doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, it doesn't. Like if I'll be looking back after I post my 10th or 100th video, I'm going to look back at this video and I'm going to realize that it didn't matter. This small stuff, it didn't matter at all. So, leverage. So, the next category is leverage. What am I already good at that can help me here? So, the biggest leverage that I have in this regard is that there are a number of things that I already create content for others. I create content for brands. I am good at the technical stuff. I am good at the creative stuff. I know how to edit videos. How I know how to make kick-ass videos. How I know how technical stuff like lighting, sound, this stuff works. I know the working of it. I even know I even have some idea about how the psychology of internet works. Like I have been creating content recently, in the past, right? For myself, even for myself on Twitter, or even before then, I did spend some time on Facebook. So I have some experience. That's better than having no experience. I have that leverage, and other than that, I have all these other skills. I have stuff to post about. Most people don't even have that. If I go now, I'm doing a lot of stuff every day, right? Uh, if I'm creating AI visuals for brands, I can post about that. If I'm creating a new website, I can post about that. If I'm if I have some results that people need to know about, I can post about that. I have a lot of stuff that I can post about. Those this is my leverage, and above everything else, I think the best thing that I have going for me is that I have a very systematic way of thinking. That is what in the end helped me to make this video. That I have a system in place that this video needs to work on my communication skills to work so that the next videos that I create are better. So this is a system that this long form content is a system that makes my short form content better. That short form content that I make can make my long form content in the future better. So this is a system. The structure that I have when I'm thinking about stuff, and you know that I told you that where I'm journaling about stuff and I ask a lot of questions like why this, does it even matter, stuff like that. So I think the best thing that I have going for me is my way of thinking, the systematic thinking that I have, that is going to help me a lot. So what am I already good at? How can I use my design strategy background and content? So there's a lot of stuff that I have learned over the years that will help me create content, better content, uh, compared to what I would have done if I didn't have those skills. Like I am good at design, I can make stuff look good, I can communicate my points much more deeper than just words or what I say. I can use different tools, different modes of communication to communicate my point. May it be animation, may it be design, may it be visuals, visual elements, anything like that. I have a pretty good know-how of uh, the AI world. So I can I can automate this process for me, for myself, and I can use trending topics for AI to get views. I can do a lot of that stuff too. Uh, when After some time, after I was uh, developing websites, after a while I started to learn. I got good at SEO. I started seeing results with how I set up my websites, how I automated blogs for each website. I got good at SEO. So uh, I think uh, there are like 4 or 5 businesses that appear in ChatGPT as when someone uh, searches something, when someone talks about something related to that. I've seen those results, so I can optimize my videos to reach more audience. I can use keywords. I can use stuff like uh, I can generate traffic from other sources. So I have all this uh, stuff that I can leverage to create content. And what would playing to my strength look like in content creation? So I think the playing to my strength would be to incorporate all of this stuff into one place. Like I have this uh, now. Right now, my creative output is what would you call distributed to different businesses. Like I'm doing one thing for this business, I'm doing another thing for that business. What I need to do is bring it all at one place and do all that for myself. Systems thinking. If I was to systematically remove my weaknesses, how would I do it? So this is where this video comes in. If I were to systematically remove everything that I feel bad about, that if I don't look good, if I'm not good at talking, I actually this video has gone up to like 20 40 minutes right now. So this is actually good. I am practicing speaking to the camera without anything, without any script or anything. This is just me talking to the camera, talking to myself. I think this is how I remove my weaknesses with whatever it may be. What skills can I isolate and practice? Speaking, scripting, presence, consistency. So, what happens is that uh, in videos like this, I can practice how I speak, analyze what I did wrong later, and remove those weaknesses in the next videos. So, I think this is very good. At the same time, I can be the real me. Like, I'm talking to myself, the realest motherfucker I know. So, I think this is the best way to remove weaknesses and appear as the real me. Like I like talking about these concepts, and I like talking about stuff and thinking about stuff deeply. So I think this is good. What would a simple, repeatable content system look like for me? For starters, I think this type of content is very good. Like I talk about stuff in detail. I chop it up into clips and post that on and distribute the content. I think that works too. And other than that, there's also another strategy that I thought of other day, which I think is very good. It revolves around 3 questions. Did I make anything today? If I did, I can post results. What did I make? Or did I realize something today? It may be anything related to any skill or any stuff. For example, did I realize how to create more realistic looking videos using AI? I realized that, no? So I will share that realization with you guys. So stuff like that. This is a system. And what did I learn today? Did I learn anything? Any new concept or anything? I can share that. This is system. There are many different systems that I can use, that anyone can use. And uh, why do I really want to create content? For me, it's more than just getting better at speaking. It's about, I think, this video has gone long. I think the video is very long, so I'm going to end it here today. Uh, it's getting late, and so this was me dissecting what I feel about content creation and how do I feel about content creation for myself. And the goal, now the goal is not to have to skip phases. Like if I am at phase 2 right now, I skip that and just say that I know a lot of stuff about content, and I just start making. The thing is, I need to identify what is keeping me in this phase and work through it. So uh, staying at phase 2, I can see what phase 3 looks like. So I think it's about that. And I think I'm going to make the most of it from this, uh, from content creation. It will be very good for my self development and my uh, even some people may resonate with me. Now I know for a fact that this video is not going to show up anywhere, but